So I think I've been using groups all wrong. Not groups. Hey everybody, I think I've been using groups all wrong. In fact, I'm gonna show you what changes I'm making to future-proof my Home Assistant in regards to groups. There are some changes that are coming that I wanna get ahead of. Super easy change. This is gonna be a quick video. First, I gotta upgrade my Home Assistant to support this new thing, so let's get into it. Okay, it is time to upgrade. Our build is failing, so there's a bunch of upgrades that I need to process, and then we need to fix what's wrong. So I can see that there's at least 9.14, 9.2, 9.3 that we need to upgrade to. So let's jump over to our solar putty, which is here, and let's run our upgrade. So we're gonna switch over to the Docker folder, and we are gonna run HA updates. So HA update is going to do a pull, bring down the containers, and bring them back up using the new Docker container that we pulled down, and then prune anything that's not needed, and then also prune the volumes, and then attach to the HAS Docker container. So let's run that, and we'll fast forward this. This is going to pull down a lot because I have not done an update in a while, so almost all of my containers I think are going to be new. So Unify, MQTT, Homebridge, although I do have an open item to switch Homebridge over to HomeKit, so we'll see how that goes, or when I get around to doing that. And as we can see, influx. So let me fast forward this. Okay, so it looks like it's back up. Let's just go take a look and see where we're at. Boy, lots of stuff going on here. We're gonna go right to our Home Assistant, which it looks like it came up. I thought there were going to be a bunch of breaking changes. I mean, there's definitely extra keys that we need to fix, but I thought it was going to actually stop everything from coming up, but it looks like it didn't, so yay for that. That's one less thing that I have to work on right now. We're still up and running, and that change was super easy. We're now running 0.9.3.2, so yay, that's great. We have an open item to do the system health component, so we'll get to that. And just some normal camera stuff. So in this project, you can see that Paulus is talking about dropping the automatically generated groups. Although I see that he's talking about doing the light group, I'm assuming he's talking about dropping all the auto-generated groups, including switches. I do have some switch ones, so I'm just gonna get ahead of this, and assuming all works for both switches and lights, I think this is the way to go. It's easier, and this will allow this change to not be a breaking change for me. I'll just get ahead of it since both of these things work currently, right? So using all light groups, which, you know, using the automatically generated all lights, or using entity all, both work. I might as well switch to the one that they're hoping to go towards, or that they're talking about going towards. They're not going to deprecate this one. They might deprecate this one. So I'm just going to get ahead of it in my implementation. This way, it won't be a breaking change. When this does come through, it'll just be something I won't have to worry about. So I like that. So here's how we do it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to search for all of all of these automated groups. So it's basically all underscore, and then it's going to be like devices. So let's look for all underscore. Oh, actually, we can do group.all underscore, which is a better approximation. So there we go. We have our lights, group underscore all lights. This is kind of the ones I want to change. We have to change it only in the service calls, not the triggers. So let's take a quick look. So here's an action, and this is what we want to do. So what we want to change this to is basically, we're going to delete this, and we're going to just change this to all. And this is the appropriate way to do it. This is the correct way to do it now, or the new correct way to do it. And this will turn off all lights. This way you won't get caught off guard when they deprecate that auto-generated group. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch all of these. Let's speed this up. We can't do anything with triggers yet, or conditions. So we're just looking at actions. So the actions are the ones that we're gonna change out. Switch, it's light. Okay, so we're gonna make this light, and then we're gonna just make this part all. Oops, all. Oh, go away. And a space. Perfect. So this way we're gonna just do that. So we're gonna break it out. And the Home Assistant one, what's nice about, the reason I use Home Assistant turn off is you can mix lights and switches and all sorts of things. But for this particular one, we're just gonna do the lights. So we're gonna break that off. And then the all says, hey, go through all the lights and turn it all off. Okay, back to this. So we're also going to switch it for all switches, because we're just doing this switch, so that will work perfectly as well. There we go. Switch off all switches, switch off all lights, and self-destruct the entire house. Perfect. Okay, so that looks like it does everything we need. All those groups now are set appropriately. So I'm just going to push this up to the repo, so you'll see the change. Just go take a look at that at my GitHub repo, at my open issue, and you can see all the changes that I made from the update. But this looks great. So this is the right way to do groups, at least auto-generated groups. Hope that was helpful.